Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer.
Just let me think.
You know what will happen if you do, don't you?
I need a second.
There's only one thing that can lead to
Just a second.
the death of us all, remember?
I need a second, okay? Why can't anybody give me a goddamn second?
What up, nerds, geeks, and weebs? Arden Murphy here with another episode of Danganronpa. We are in trial number 5, and it's time to determine the cause of death, baby. Let's do it.
It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
Well, we will see, Byakuya. We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure, I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
It's gotta be the blow to the back of the head, yeah?
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
There we go.
No, that's wrong. Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
Good question.
The monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe!
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
Why the hell would they do that?
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power.
Also a good point.
I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit on it.
Jesus Christ. Oh, go.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
I don't think bro.
Seriously?
2 peas in the idiot pod.
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
Just like that.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
It's always me, bro. The real murder weapon. It was the sprinklers. That was totally it. Ah, yeah. Okay.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her.
Now I'm remembering.
And that
Those were
something
suspicious.
was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
An arrow? That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
We did find blood on it.
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kinda weird.
It is weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it, because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. Ah, the bloody duct tape. Yep.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, 'cause in the monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right?
Right, but they were duct taped together.
Seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master.
Okay, it's got to be on the too thin
You
part.
have no right!
Oh, shut up, Toko.
It seems like an...
Bam!
No, that's wrong. You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
Man.
I've never been to the dojo.
You have though.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
We were there. I think I met her there to talk to her.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
Yeah, the woodblock key. Yeah.
What's the matter?
Oh no.
Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer.
Shut up. Shut up. Just let me think. Give me a second.
You know what will happen if you do, don't you?
Yes, we all die. We've been through this 4 other times.
If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to.
Yeah.
The death of us all, remember?
I know I'm not stupid, okay? We all really like Kyoko, alright? She's easily one of the best characters in the whole game.
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
Okay, fine. I have evidence? Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo? It must be connected to that dojo locker. Yeah, it's the fucking woodblock key, baby.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
That old chestnut.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb.
I think of all the people here, like, Kyoko would be the last person to try to play dumb.
That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
I'm extremely uncomfortable.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
Yes?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there?
Saving your ass.
That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
Yes, sir.
What?
Yeah, because you can't fucking defend yourself when you're sick and asleep, you fucking idiot. She was protecting me? Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue. Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko... She killed someone. For me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Man, ain't this all a motherfucker.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
I'm inclined to believe it, bro.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? I'm with you, Makoto. What? Byaku, you should know better than anyone? What does that mean? Oh, fuck, here we go. when the body was found.
Those words you just spoke, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Yeah, bro.
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct?
Aha.
But could I really have done that?
Oh shit. Wait, Kyoko gave her room key to Byakuya, right? Which would mean...
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
Boom.
No, that's wrong. If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room
Huh? Why not?
because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
Yeah, literally at the beginning of this whole thing.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room,
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
it would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us. The mastermind's trap? The mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... Mastermind's trap? The victim was Mukuro, and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Alright, guys. I think we're about to deviate, because there's a choice at some point that leads to a bad ending. And I'm sure you guys want to see that bad ending, yeah? So we're going to go get that bad ending, and don't worry, we'll finish the game in the proper ending, but we're going to go do the bad shit first. Can't run away. We're going to pursue that lie, baby.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you.
Burden of proof. Alright.
So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
Kyoko is definitely lying, and it must be because there's some other deeper truth she wants to keep hidden. Whew. Alright. Kyoko's account. What was her account?
I didn't have the key to my room because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Then, when we searched Kyoko's room, how else could the key have gotten there?
Someone other than me must have put it there. That's the only explanation.
Kyoko herself told me before the trial started that she had stolen something very important from the headmaster's room. Yeah. she has the fucking big fuck key, the all key.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
There it is.
No, that's wrong. No, Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
Actually, to be precise, not quite. I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school, which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing...
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Ooh, I don't like this.
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost. That's all this means.
Huh? Then, are you saying you really didn't... Kyoko, you really
Yeah.
aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Oh, this hurts.
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up! All done, all finished. The class trial is all over.
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any...
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out!
Horse shit if I've ever heard it.
So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you! But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
Christ on a fucking cracker, dude. What a piece of shit. Ah! No. Good job. You got it right. Brilliantly right. We got it right? Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Is everyone ready? Okay then.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
No explanation of a motive or nothing. The whole thing stinks. Fuck. Oh man, I don't even want to look at this. Oh, I don't even want to look at this. Monokuma is a total shithead. Look at him. After school lesson. Man, the fucking stoic ass face she's putting on though. Like this would be the worst part, man. Like rolling backwards into something that's about to kill you. And you cannot see it coming. You can just hear the rhythmic fucking pounding. Oh God. Oh my God. And that's how the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba came to an end. I still had to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent, or... Regardless, the truth was lost forever. Even for me. I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Mukuro's class trial. And in the end, it would prove to be our last class trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. We had obtained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Oh my god! Peace, but only inside the school. Peace, but only for us. That was the only hope we had. I mean, really look at this picture and put it together, though. Jesus Christ. Hope. Hope. Hope? This is hope?
No! This isn't right!
You tell him, Makoto. Huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
It was all a dream, or rather a really bad daydream. Her claim? Oh, that's right. I have to... Do I expose Kyoko's lie or not? You spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? She's not wrong. I have to think about this very carefully. What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Let it go, let it go, let it go on out the door. Let it go, baby. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here, something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it.
Yeah, fucker.
I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of.
Yep.
Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What?
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you?
I love how the tables have turned to make Makoto start to look a little crazy because everybody, in the end, when they're caught, goes a little nutty, right?
Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead, and then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
Shuffle it all under the fucking rug, right?
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Well, time to die. Yep, look at that. Straight up end of the fucking trial, dog. Jesus. Nice.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened. Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Yeah, he's even rushing the ending there. Man. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
It's all your fault. Oh, Byakuya is actually pissed about this one. Everyone, you're wrong. You got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job?
Yep.
They got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense.
Shing!
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills, chills, kills!
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why do I... Oh, man. Kyoko.
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Oh, time to X the main fucking character, y'all. Well, but we never thought we'd find ourselves here, yeah? He was going to squish somebody no matter the turnout. Somebody was going to get squished. Let's see if Makoto handles it any better than Kyoko. Oop. That weirdly jump scared me. I couldn't even imagine being put in this situation, man. It's like, leading up to it, it's like, just fucking get it over with. Like, screw the theatrics. Like, just kill me, man. Just fucking put me out of my misery. The anticipation is the worst. Oh, shit. Oh! Hey! No way! Man, you talk about a Deus Ex Machina. Holy crap. Makoto go down the hole.
What?
Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, was that... Yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter ego. Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell! I don't believe this!
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
In other words...
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again.
Yeah!
To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit, in a way, that's even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
In other words,
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
so
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. The massive high school towers over all the massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban era. Holy crap, I tripped over that like I did in the first episode. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Man, the flashbacks. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. Within hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year.
Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Made that stupid joke in the first episode too. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to already be attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. Huh? What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? There wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Finally. This weirdly looks like some Kingdom Hearts shit, I'm not gonna lie. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together. And then, I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell, because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. It was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me. And he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. With that, my pursuit of survival began. First step was to start looking for a way out of there. What we got? That's a rocket and a tank. Oh shit, is that the rocket from the opening sequence? From like the way back in the beginning of the game, before the game even started. And a tank. Better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Damn, man. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. Hard to believe your bones aren't broken into a million little pieces there, buddy. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? All right, checking the door. Rada. It's locked. Rada. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. Ugh. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. Can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Crunch. What the? Strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Well, let's check it out. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece... God damn it! First of all, this reminds me, my buddy Bruce is always like taking any character I consider a waifu and like photoshopping them into trash cans and shit. And it's a running joke that we have. He takes any of my waifus and puts them into trash. And I just had this whole flashback to that sequence. A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
Kyoko? Look at her with the ramen on her head.
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Bread and water! Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Whew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Man, that one fucking hit home. Oh, man. No, let's keep going, baby. But, Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. Well, in this reality. So, you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you.
I...
Abandon you. Don't say that! You didn't abandon me! No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, Not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other words,
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. Well, damn, girl, lay it on us. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak.
indeed.
That's right. At least I did. Once. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible.
Huh?
Amnesia! Amnesia! Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you.
However...
And it could also mean, somehow, my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? Mastermind. One of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... You're too lame to be an evil genius, bruh. I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Well, there's that creepy shit again. Ugh. It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Yeah, buddy. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So, how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Well, damn girl, hit us with it! You mentioned your ability. My ability. What everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. I mean, it only makes sense at this point, right? Kyoko, the biggest, best dick in the world. The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy. There was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone. Who?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Oh, shit! Oh, there it is. There's the fucking Darth Vader drop. What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way.
Huh?
No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So, what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is... The moment I saw it, I realized... Whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important. And really ominous. Well, that's fucking ominous.
However...
Of course, once I got to the second floor of the dorms, there was no cameras, no monitors. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then who did kill her?
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
Hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? You mean... during the night,
I
can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this. It's sort of like, if you guys have heard of the, they call it like a closed space. It's like detectives and novels and things sort of naturally draw, cases and tragedy to them. It's like, oh man, how is it that like this certain detective is always there to solve these cases? It's almost like a supernatural ability to draw the shit to them. That's something I think they even speak about in The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, if you guys have ever seen that. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So, what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair?
It would seem.
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're,
Indeed.
make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Chapter 5. 100 Mile Dash, Fate of a Junk Food Junkie is concluded, my friends. Woo! Here we are. To be continued. Oh, buddy. You received the Dream Island rocket present. Holy crap. We're going to continue this next time, folks. We are getting closer and closer to the conclusion of this game, and we have just a bit more to go through. I am so glad you guys are sticking around. I really, really appreciate that. Give this video a like if you guys have been entertained. Meet me down in the comments. Let me know what you are thinking. Maybe even subscribe if you're into this whole Danganronpa thing and the other shenanigans that I present from time to time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you fine folks in the next one.